not working. Let's go, baby! Bomb arrows to the rescue. Ha! No way! Ah! No! Oh, that assist, baby! No! Don't touch him. No! You... What did I do? That was an accident. Freaking Beetle. I got the triple collapse! Oh! Ah! Oh, Dinell, go to the fire thing. It teleports us.
I have my money back.
I trusted you! Trombone. This one is trombone. Yo, I got it! Yes! Let's go! Yeah! 24 hours done. 24 hours finished. Oh, time to beat. 23 hours, 28 minutes. Oh my god! We did it! We did it! Oh my god! I couldn't have done it without you guys.
What the fuck up? Holy shit!
Wait, it went through? I gave him 50 bucks. Ow. Perfect timing. I was about to stop that. What's up, guys? What's up, Diego? It's been so long. What's up, Doctor? How are you guys doing? You're supposed to be here first. You're never here first, bro. How are you? How you feeling? L. How are you feeling? I just resumed it so you're able to do that, actually. So you're welcome. If I didn't press that button, you wouldn't be able to do it. But anyway, we're gonna do some cool stuff today. We're gonna have to set up certain things though, because it's a bit... It's not like always wrong button. So yeah. You're always here? JK. How are you? Let me get this going. Let me get this going. Why? Why is nothing working? I am sad. Oh. Never mind, it is working. I'm just dumb. There we go. Yeah, so we're gonna collab with someone today. Oh! I dropped my AirPods. We're gonna collab. We're streaming earlier than ever, really. Yeah, bing bong. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna start with playing Mario Kart a bit with Upset Trisket, and then we're gonna go over to versing each other in Google Feud. But there's gonna be some setup for that because I'm dumb. And then after that, we'll see what happens. We'll see how long Google Feud goes, but I'm probably gonna have to walk my dog, and then we'll come back to like just chilling and stuff, most likely. But that's the plan for today. gonna be playing for subs also, so it should be pretty fun. I'm going to try to make it so both of our faces are on the same screen and stuff like that. Before any of that though, I'm going to see if he's chilling right now. Gonna jump on Discord here and just wait for him. I know he wanted to play some Mario Kart first. This is earlier than usual. It feels weird for me. Anyway, we could play a few games first though. And then he'll join in. We'll play some Mario with him, and then we'll go into Google Feud. That's the plan for today. I was still trying to fix everything up, so I'm actually not as quick as I want to. I didn't have everything set up as I wanted to. What's up, Angel? I'm streaming this early because we're doing a collab stream with another streamer, which is gonna start soon. That is why I'm streaming this early. That is a great question. We're basically gonna play some Mario Kart. He's gonna jump in. We're gonna play Mario Kart with him, and then we're gonna verse each other in Google Feud. And that's gonna take like, I don't know, maybe 15-ish minutes to set up, because we couldn't set it up before stream. It's so weird, the setup. But we're gonna set that up on stream. We're gonna verse each other. I'm gonna win a lot of money from him because he sucks. And then yeah. You were on a stream? Oh, cool. Diego, how you feeling though? And how's have you been watching it? I still haven't been I haven't started Attack on Titan yet. I'm probably gonna start tomorrow and watch with my parents. Also, Doctor, how are you? I hope you guys can answer the question of the day later on. Oh, I should probably change the category to Mario Kart. Did you say hi in this stream, Angel? By the way, Among Us last night was actually fun. For those that don't know, I should have streamed it. I didn't expect to play Among Us, but I ended up playing Among Us with Bosa and Angel and some others. And it was pretty fun. So, might be doing that in the near future. Maybe even tonight, we'll see. It was, right? Yeah, it was fun. I'm gonna grind on COD. Alright, see ya. See you later. I had to get my revenge. I knew you were gonna kill me there too. But yeah, it was my first time playing Among Us since such a long time ago. I didn't even realize they have levels now and all these things. So yeah. I'm sure Yesik is probably mad at me though, if he finds out. He loves Among Us. Among Us Sasibaka. I shouldn't have thrown all that. That was kind of dumb. Oh. Ooh. Ow. Never mind. Don't hit me. Ooh. Damn it. It's so fast. Neither did I. I was confused. I know, right? I said hi, Bofa, and later I said Bosa. Bosa these nuts, right? That was bad. What the hell happened? Oh! That was such good timing. Oh! Ah! I was gonna hit the train anyway. I am so sad. Because you put that in the middle of the goddamn game, bro. Why would you do that? I mean, I'm sad. I'm not angry. I'm a sad little monkey. Now I got hit by a red shell. This is my life. The life of a sad monkey. F you all. By the way, guys, was the Mario music playing in the middle of that or nah? Because if it was, I have to fix that. And if it wasn't, then that's awesome. Oh, this is the last round. Oh, I thought it was first. It was playing? Oh, shit. I'll have to fix that. Sorry about that. I'll put a note to fix that. Where's my pen?
Hello there.
Yo, what's up, Sip? Damn, it's been a minute. How you doing? Well, I am streaming earlier than usual, so it's earlier for you as well, right? How you doing? Let me put a reminder to fix that. What am I fixing? What am I fixing? Sad monkey. I'll have to find a better way to fix that. Gotta think of something. When it's ready for Google things, spam me in Discord. I'll pop in. You know what? I'll make an announcement on the Discord when we're ready. You come first. Hey, let's go. Congratulations. What'd she say? She said she. Oh. That's sad. She likes someone else. But you know what? Confessing is so good because now you'll never wonder in the future. You know her answer. You can move on, you know? The problem I had when I was younger, there was this one girl I really liked and I never confessed it to her. And for years I was like, what if she actually likes me? And you know what? That's so much worse. Nowadays I just if I like a girl, I'm like, yo, you want to go out? And she's like, nah. And I'm like, oh, okay. But now I know. That's actually happened to me before. But I prefer that, you know? So good shit for even just asking. It takes a lot of cojones to do that, in my opinion. Whee! Whee! Oh, come on, my butt. Come on. Yes, that was perfection. I don't like that one. Oh, he is. Oh. You cried for an hour? That's fair. Sorry, it's hard to read chat at the same time. Bye, Angel. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. And I didn't cry like that in a long time. Damn. That's pretty deep, bro. That's what she said. But that's pretty, yeah. I mean, things like that will make you cry. Love, as they say. Love is a very scary... Ow! Love is... Ow, you stupid flower! Love is a very scary thing. If a rocket passes by me, I'm gonna scream. But you know what? Time heals all wounds, is the saying. And it's pretty true. Like, give it time and you'll get over it, believe it or not. Or it won't affect you as much. Alright, come on. Such a loser. You guys want to bet on the next one? Alright, this is the last round. And I screwed up! What am I doing? I'm trash! Oh my god. Anyway, I'm in a love drug state. I need love to feel good. Yet now it's 2 a.m. That's right. Wait, it's 2 a.m.? That's mad late. It's 7 p.m. here. So I start streaming when it's 4:30 a.m. for you. Jesus. Nah, bro, love, there's been scientific studies that show that you don't need to just get love from like that type of love. Like having friendships is a good way to like fulfill that feeling of like love as well. Or not love, but some sort of feeling. I don't know. English is a hard language. All right, let's see if Trisket is here.
He's the fine Italian uncle who hasn't cracked yet.
Okay, so he's not ready. Decapitation. Life is your creation. I'm a Barbie girl. In a Barbie... Is that where you're going for? Let me just message him. In streamer... Actually, yeah, in streamer in Discord, in streamer VC in Discord. I made a new voice chat called Streamer. I'm cool like that. But yeah, like having platonic relationships, like good friend, really good close friendships, can replace love to a certain extent, apparently. So, yeah, time does not heal decay. Oh yeah. I was actually talking to my brother the other day, and he's like, "What's that? What's that like saying? Like time heal?" And I was like, "Yeah, time heals all wounds, whatever." I think I was talking to my brother. I don't remember who. I think it was my brother. And then I'm like, well, I guess not all wounds, right? Because like if you get shot and you die, like time doesn't. Well, I guess if you believe in reincarnation, maybe time heals that. So you can make that argument, Doctor. But yeah, like, yeah. I was also being I was being a smartass from my own saying that I said. So, yeah. I never look behind me. That's like the first time I looked behind me in like forever. Cow! Don't use my boost, you bitch! Watch this, watch this. No one will expect this. Come on, hit him! Yes! Anyway. Yet. What? Jeez. Manda. What does Manda mean? Nope. Bad cow! Stupid cow! Why does he have a star? How far ahead is the guy in first place? That people are getting stars behind me. I want to keep... How many red shells do you have? On the last round. How? How? This game is so dumb. This game is actually stupid. I say this like every time I play. Diego? Diego's in the lobby? Diego, you're in the lobby? Damn, you owned. Diego's a beast. Let me message Trisket Biscuit over here. Playing Mario Kart right now, bae. On Discordo call. On Discordo as well, bae. Yeah, I told him. Let's see what he says. Doctor, you scared to play? That felt good. Boop boop beep bop boop bop beep boop bop boop beep.
Hello there.
Pink Churro! What's up? How you doing? Streaming earlier than usual, so I'm assuming good time for you. What time is it? 7:15. Streaming 2 hours earlier than 2.5 hours earlier than usual, actually.
Look at you. Look at you being flexible with me, so that I don't have to stay up and act like I'm, you know, not an old man.
What's up? I do it all for you.
Aw, you little sweetie. Also, everybody, this is the homie Ping Pong Masters with a Z at the end. I'm also not going to go get to P, so this is beautiful. I spelt that completely wrong.
You still what? I have the game volume way too loud. Oopsie doopsies. Guys, this is
Okay,
Upset
baby.
Trisket. He's a really cool guy.
He's lying.
That's about it. We're gonna verse him in a game soon. But first we're gonna play some Mario Kart, right?
I totally spaced on I told
forgot
my
about
chat
it?
that we were gonna do practice rounds of Google Feud, and I totally spaced on that, so I'm going in basically cold again.
Wait, I thought we were gonna do practice rounds of Mario Kart. Or not practice
Yeah, we're
rounds,
doing
but-
that. I'm just saying for Google Feud, I was telling my chat earlier, yeah, we'll stop Mario Kart and we'll try like Google Feud, get some practice rounds in, and that did not happen.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
a
get much
liar.
practice rounds in either. It's okay. Oh,
Okay.
a rocket just hit me. Sorry.
As
Google
long as we're on
Feuds.
similar footing.
It's about 350. Wait, it's
Are
350.
You're in a game right now, right?
I am in a game, but
All right.
I'm gonna lose soon. Don't worry.
Do you? Yeah, you can join mine because I'm currently in a game. Jared is losing money today. I'm losing money every day of my life, but today
He's gonna
is going
lose
to be
a lot of
special
money
one.
today.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait.
You have the voice of an angel. Thank you. Me or Jared? Probably me, right? Yeah.
It's definitely not me. I sound like an angel that stopped at a truck stop and never left.
Pretty cool too.
Yeah, just packs of cigarettes and cheap beer forever, eternity. It's actually what heaven is.
You actually smoke cigarettes?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I figured. We're in the generation that vapes.
Oh hell yeah, baby! Vape all day, day. Vape nation. No,
Yep,
not
yep.
really.
Yeah,
Just
me
my
neither.
Weed.
Yeah, 420.
420.
Fucking please. Stop.
Sorry. Is the volume
okay.
okay for him, guys?
Oh yeah,
For-
true chat. How is he sounding?
And for the game? I think the game volume is fine. It's just too loud in my ears. So I'm just gonna lower it here. It's 3:30 a.m. Judo? I'm gonna lower. Ooh, that was actually good. I lowered it a lot. Now they can't hear it, prob. Oh, I'm a genius. Seems fine. Okay, cool. Arigato gozaimasu. Leave to. Yo, Jareed. You there?
What you say to me?
Jaweed. Get it?
Jaweed. Oh my god. We were just talking about how garbage my name is, and you just one-upped it somehow. Jesus Christ.
No, that makes
Jared
it cooler.
to Jaweed, I could scream.
That makes it cooler. What are you talking about? Oh, doctor just.
You know what, actually? Yeah. If I can just have a weed tattoo on my forehead, I'll be Jaweed.
How do I join you? Usually people join me. I'm not like a pleb that joins other people, but
No, you're a pleb that doesn't know how to do it. If you go to multiplayer and then friends, it should show a friends list, and it'll have my name there.
wait, why does it show friends? I don't have friends.
Oh, we're not friends is what you're saying. That
No.
makes this all kind of awkward. I'll see myself out if that's...
I meant I have no friends in real life, but this is internet life, so it's okay.
Well, true.
I was looking at the... Ooh. When I talk to chat, should I mute myself or not?
See, I probably won't for every single message, but if I'm having a back and forth, I definitely will. Like if it's some funny shit, I'll mention it to you, but I'll try to mute.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just thinking like I need a shortcut to mute, you know?
Oh, do you not have that? I have the button right above enter as mine.
I want to add it to my stream.
Ooh, even smarter.
I have no space on my stream. Like crazy. Oh, I don't need the skip TTS button. Write that in.
Are you able to do like shift and then hit the button on your stream deck, or that's totally separate, I assume?
No, I just click the button on the stream deck. I don't think I could. I don't know. Never thought of that. Wait, how do I make a hotkey?
In Discord, go into settings,
Thanks.
and it'll just say hotkeys.
What about the cold keys?
How long is the stream gonna last? Jesus Christ.
Wait, what? I think you forgot to mute. Kind of awkward.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it's called keybind, stupid. You said it was
You're-
called hotkeys. You lied
Wait,
to
is
my
it not?
face.
Is it not called hotkeys? I thought that's what it was called.
That's why we're not friends.
Yeah, that's why. Not because you're a boomer that can't use Discord.
So true. Wait.
Fucking boomer, and he's 1 year older than me.
Yo, I know, right? I thought you were older than me.
I've had to clarify with people on here like how old they are in comparison, because I'm like, there's no fucking shot, and then they're actually 3 years younger.
Where is the button? Create or join a server.
Up your butt. Bam. Fucking roasted.
Exclamation point funny. I was reading chat. Plus.
Fucking lol, dude.
Where is the
I would
mute
regret a
button?
decision before it even starts. Always.
Wait, do you press the deafen button or do you press the mute button?
I just do mute.
Isn't deafen smarter? Because then they could be talking over you.
True, but I also don't want to like completely miss whatever's being said and have to like catch up and slow down chemistry or whatever.
We're not in school, buddy.
Shut up! I'm fucking. I hate you! Oh my god!
Okay, give
What
me
the fuck? Wait, can you not hold the fucking blue shell? Can you? Are you? Huh?
You stupid!
Game
Means
sucks.
I'm gonna beat you.
This game sucks so
Wait,
hard.
let me set up the hotkey before I join the game. How do I press it? There's no hot. Oh.
You're struggling to find this hotkey still, sweetie. Are you all right?
Oh, thanks for the follow, Isabella.
Tell them I said to go to bed. Yeah, the whole chat says go to bed.
You?
No, to Danny's children who are being annoying.
Hello there.
Oh, it
Yeah,
worked
right.
it.
Selfish ass kids.
Follow TikTok, Twitter, Insta, sub to YouTube. We'll join Discord in a second. Okay. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah. Wait, why are you spamming that? Oh my god, no, I'm joking. Mute. Okay, I made a button. I can mute your oh no.
You did it.
Let me see. Am I muted?
Not now.
Wait, what? It didn't work?
You didn't.
Or did you legit? Wait, what?
No, I heard you. I heard you loud and clear. That's me laughing, saying, "Dude, what the fuck?"
I'm in the race now, though, so I'm gonna have to figure it out later.
And Discord.
I'm gonna have to figure it out later. I was looking at the clock, and it was about that time I realized the clock was about 8 stories tall and was a crustacean from the Pleistocene. Bro, Pleistocene era? I don't think that's a thing. Am I muted?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Doctor's in here too, which is one of my mods. He's gonna be first place most likely.
So I'm going to get clap. I mean, I've been 12th place, so it's nice to know where some people are coming.
Where do you come?
My hand usually,
Oh, okay, cool.
or the floor.
I hope you clean that off.
Why?
Cause I'm visiting next week. And
No, it's why. That's you know how they say rolling out the welcome mat. Yeah, that's you're welcome.
thank you.
You're literally welcome right now, Elliot.
Okay, I'll take.
You're so fucking welcome.
Oh, it's South Park reference? Oh, don't be sorry. I just don't watch South Park. Yeah, I don't mind if you play Isabella. Just add someone press !FC for friend code. Just add me as a friend, and we're good to go.
No, Isabella, do it in my chat and get my friend code, and then we'll get you going.
I don't
Trying
know
to hoard all the friends? Okay.
Bro, Jared, you just passed me. What are you telling me you're
Damn
in
right
12th
I did.
place?
Here's what I'm gonna pass you now.
Ow.
Some fucking shells.
That actually hit me. Was that a green
Did
shell?
it really?
Yeah.
Sweetie, I'm sorry. It was just for the meme. This bitch! Karma just slapped me in the teeth.
Not in the face? Well, I guess that is
No.
the face.
They went right past my lips and directly into the teeth.
You can refer to me as Rosalind. Rosalind. Did I say that right? That's Rosalind.
Rosalind.
Not Rosalind. Why would you say
I mean-
R-O-S-A as Raza?
Wait, what is it?
How long does the stream last for? Wait, did the mute button work there?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool.
No, just kidding.
How am I 12th? You're distracting
you
me
are.
with
Stay
your
back there
soothing
for a
voice.
second. Stay
No,
back
like
there for a second.
I hit you with the rocket. That was me. I got stuck.
It sucks so fucking hard.
Ah! What? We both
Wait, did
suck.
you be?
I
did
beat
you
you.
fucking-
You
you
suck. You suck.
Yo, this game's trash ass dog shit. Trash
Anyway.
ass dog shit. Oh my god.
Oh, she said she'll add us both.
Oh,
That's so
hi.
sweet.
What's up, Rosaline? Rosaline?
Aw, that's so sweet.
Okay, I won't lie. This is a challenge.
Tell your bro to get a sock or a paper towel. Or... Yeah. Oh yeah, this is my brother, Upset Trisket. Jared.
Hermano.
That's Italian
Pronounced-
for sister.
Rosalind. Okay. I hate TikTok. Live's so stupid. It is. It is.
Wait, did the mute button not work? Not like legit? Yeah, let me test it again. Oh. No, it does work. You lied to me. It's like everyone else in my family. In my life, I mean. I screwed up. Did I mute him by accident?
What's up?
Never mind. Hermano, I knew you guys looked Spanish. Kind of racist.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Italian. Happened.
The only time I've been called out for being Mexican on this.
You don't look Mexican to me.
Right? It's either someone's like, "Are you part Mexican?" Like they sniff it out and ask me, or people are like, "No shot. You're lying. You're literally lying."
How good is your Spanish?
Fucking terrible. I'm so out of practice. I had a good accent though.
We should practice then. Hola.
I need to.
Como estas?
Hola? Holla?
No, hola.
Holla at your amigos?
No, hola.
No, I'm trying to holla at the Migos.
Oh my. For how long does
Any
this stream
Quavo?
last with him? Did the mute button work?
Again, no. Sweetie, you need to learn how to press buttons harder, aside from mine.
Is that a button? What the fuck? Rigatone and linguine. Yeah, I still don't remember the difference between those two. But I'm still Italian. I don't need to know the difference. I'm not Italian. When I went to Italy, people thought I was Italian. Isn't that cool?
Isn't linguine there's just like really fine shit, like the really thin,
Linguine,
yeah,
bro.
just like skinny noodles.
Bro,
Skinny linguine.
you
Fuck.
should know. Oh, wait, what place are? Oh, you're right here. Haha, you suck.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You don't see me.
I don't, because you're so far behind me.
Wow, what a bitch!
You just gave that to me. Oh,
What
did
a
you get hit
fucking
by the
bitch.
green shell?
What a fucking bitch! What an
Anyway.
absolute corker! Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Get back here. Get back here, you little...
It's spelled
Dick.
linguine. Doctor, you're so stupid. You don't know how to spell. Wait, Doctor, how did you type that out? You're literally in the race. He's so good that he's typing in chat and
Type
beating
out a
us.
full-ass fucking message.
And he's beating us.
From first place. Hacks.
This man is on
Actually
another
hacking. Also,
level.
welcome in, Emmanuel. I'm trying to read chat, and I'm trying to also not lose to Elliot twice in one fucking night, so...
Bro, you just doxed my name.
Oh, whoopsies.
How long does this stream look? Alright, I'm gonna stop. Dumb joke.
I was like, oh, is that his new sound prompt on his stream deck?
It should be. My new follower alert.
There is no greater love than a streamer man and his stream deck. There really isn't.
Huh? You think I'm a man? Nice of you.
Barely. Only to not diss women.
Okay. Oh, what place are you?
I'm an 8.
Oh, you're not. Ah, you're so bad.
Suck my fucking nuts, bro. Actually, like, just catch it. Just catch the whole set.
Oh, I
I'm
just
over
did.
it.
It tastes nice.
Shut the fuck up.
Rosalind told me
What
that
the fuck is that? Thank you for the follow. I'm Isabella. Thank you for the follow. Duke King 89.
you don't use enough hand movements to be Italian. What are you talking about? Yeah, I actually did a lot in
Shit.
Japan. Yeah. When I was teaching the kids, I would be like, yo, and use my hands for stuff. Oh, it's full right now for you, Rosalind. Sorry. Rosalind. Gotta say it like 100 times, and I'll remember. Oh, your request, yes. Beep boop. Gonna be so popular. Isn't Rosalind a character from something? Oh my god, you played 1,400 hours of this game? You're the one in gray? Alright. Should we do some predictions, guys? Oh. Let me mute myself. The problem when I mute myself is that I don't know if I muted myself or not. Gotta fix that.
Oh
No,
my
for-
god, yo, here's how you know which game companies made it and which ones didn't. They have a Pac-Man fucking skin in this game.
What?
That's your legacy. You just
Since
got
when?
owned by the other companies. So hard.
Wait, in this game?
Yeah, the dude in front of me has an animated Pac-Man thing on it. On his, like, helmet. It's fucking dope looking.
Oh, by the way, I think I figured out the solution for the Google Feud thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there's some website where you could like add your camera in, and then add the Chrome tab in, and then I could just drag those in as browser sources. So.
Okay. We'll sort
Pretty
that
cool
out
stuff.
when we do that little prep. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As long as we got something.
Not 42K doctor. I think she has like 42. I don't remember.
Fuck, fuck. No, no, no.
So bad.
Shut up, Elliot. I know.
I
I'm
was
gonna keep
talking
on
to
saying-
Chad.
Oh. I thought. I'm used to hearing it from you.
No, I was talking to you.
Okay, stop gaslighting me.
It's fun though.
It's awful. This is like Twitch is actually bad for my mental health.
I lose brain cells when I stream.
Fucking really though.
I mean,
Chat's words are that toxic.
it's
What the fuck? Thank you for the. How many?
what happened?
I muted. I got a sub.
Oh, so why'd you mute? I want to hear your reaction.
I didn't want to be annoying or whatever. I don't fucking.
Oh
know.
my god, thank you for the $10,000 donation. Oh, I forgot to. Sorry, I
Yo,
forgot to mute.
10K dono? Fucking spread the love, dude. This is a co-stream. Get the fuck over here.
It's okay.
We split that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Literally no shot.
What's up, Chudo? Oh my. Oh, this is the end of the. Wait, where's the end? The stupid map is stupid. You know, this one time there was a. Oh my god! You got a rocket? You're so. I was in 12th. Well, not bad for my first race. Yeah, you were third place. How many points? What's your score, Rosalind? Oh, this man keeps muting me. So popular. I need attention. Alright, I'm gonna replace the mute button with a better mute button. I think I muted. I muted. I unmuted. We're gonna win, guys. Or we're gonna lose. It's one or the other. You'll see. That's what Doctor was saying? Oh.
I'm sorry, Salamander. We'll try. Hopefully you can get in on the next one. It was decent. I'm tired as fuck now, though. Celeste is exhausting. It looks like it. It looks very challenging. If you should... Go get some sleep, bitch. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Salix. Everybody say bye to Salix.
Bye,
you.
Salix!
Thank you
Yo.
for the resub, though. I thought I was muted that whole time.
You were muted for a lot of that time, and it was kind of disrespectful.
I wish. I'm gonna make some food and lurk. Adios, Salix. Enjoy your food.
Thanks for the lurk, Salix.
Yeah, also, thank you for lurking over in Pong's chat as well. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. He's so toxic. It's... You seriously, if you watch both of our streams at the same time, you might seize from the amount of toxicity that there's coming out of your device.
Yes, especially with this dumb game. Yo, do you know
Truly,
what?
This game...
Rosalind is, you know how much score Rosalind has?
is it like 100,000?
It's, well, look at her score after the...
That
By the
I
way-
can't...
By the way, people are thinking that we're brothers. Did I tell them the bad news?
Yeah.
All right, we're stepsisters.
We were separated at birth, but then they got back
Hit
together
him!
because they
Hit
were
him!
like,
Hit him! Yes!
fucking cunt! Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah. Tell them what you were saying.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fall off the map.
Oh, you missed me. You're such a loser. How'd you miss? Come on, step bro.
Being a fucking loser. Taking care of myself today and was genuinely happy. I'm proud of myself. I am happy about that too. That's fucking dope to hear.
Me too.
Love to hear self-care.
You hit me with your stupid Oh, that wasn't you.
Stay the fuck away.
I have a star, and I'm...
Don't fuck.
Yes! I got him!
Oh, you didn't actually hit me, bitch, because I got hit by the lightning bolt.
Oh.
Yeah, loser.
Did you get a rocket?
No.
Good.
Maybe, though. Oh, that boy is smart. He does the weight also. Have you ever reversed into the power-ups to see if you can get the double, or just to get it?
Yes. Actually.
Yeah, all the fucking time. Always
Did you just
cheating.
pass me? Oh my god,
Maybe.
the red shell didn't get you. It went to someone
Did I
else.
just skirt the fuck out of you? Because if so,
Doctor's
I'm so
here.
sorry.
Oh, Doctor hit you. Oh, he hit me too. Never mind.
No, you piece of shit!
Good mod. Good mod.
Oh my god, this game is so trash. Oh my god, this game is so trash.
You guys
oh my god,
suck.
this game is so
You
trash.
guys
I'm so
suck.
triggered. I'm so fucking triggered. I'm taking a fucking shot. I'm so fucking triggered.
Doctor
I'm so
and
fucking
Jared.
triggered.
Bye. You know,
I'm so
Rosalind
fucking
could beat me.
triggered.
She has 42,000 points. It's okay.
Oh, I missed the score. Yeah, 42. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I
What are
had
you
someone
doing?
hop
Steph?
into my chat the other week.